Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Today we're going to be covering the kettlebell clean and jerk. I will also give a variation of a dumbbell if you don't have the kettlebell, but this is a great movement to learn core to extremity, especially the single arm, finding out what arms may be a little bit stronger. I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate one repetition on each side, and then I'll kind of talk through points, performance, setup, and execution. So the clean looks like so, and then the shoulder overhead, push, press, or jerk. So I'll cover over a couple different options in terms of how you want to execute it. Now, that was technically a muscle clean, so I didn't dip underneath it, but I'll talk about the difference here in a second. So forgive me again for my voice, it's a little scratchy, but if you guys are looking for a coach, I have a fitness app in the link below you guys can check out for personalized coaching to help you get stronger, lose fat, and take out the guesswork out of your programming, so feel free to check that out. But let's get started. We are gonna start with the clean first. So setup position, I'll show you guys kind of from a frontal position and then a side position. Feet are going to be between your hips and shoulders. You're essentially standing on top of the kettlebell. I prefer that. If you want a little bit more of an extension of the hip, you can always step forward and have the bell at the base of your heels, which looks like so. So I think the bell leaning up with the heels versus middle of the foot. Then from here, if I'm going to be grabbing it with my right hand, my right hand goes into the inside of the left side of the kettlebell. That's going to make it a little bit easier to receive the bell into this rack position before I go overhead. But let's focus on the clean first. So in this position here, I have my feet under my shoulders. I'm going to hinge from my hips, push my butt back, hand kind of comes across my body to that left inside of the kettlebell. As I go to clean, I want to think of pushing it away from the floor. I'm going to jump, shrug, and as I shrug, I want to think of punching my hand underneath, bringing my hand to the midline of my body with the kettlebell on the outside of my forearm or backside of my forearm. So it looks like so. I jump, shrug, pull myself under, receive it in this kind of quarter squat position with the bell on that forearm. I want to think of my hand, if you guys can kind of see far away, my hand right underneath my chin or by my collarbone. Obviously you don't want to hit yourself in the chin, but this is where I'm receiving it here. So that's allowing me to get ready to go to the push press or push jerk. Push press and push jerk, similar movement patterns, but we'll talk about that in a second. So again, if I'm just doing cleans, for example, you don't feel comfortable going overhead, you can always clean the kettlebell. Typically, depending on how it's programmed, you could have X number on one side, then switch, or it could be alternating, right? But again, if I'm going with my left hand now, I'm gonna go to the inside and grab the right side of the kettlebell handle. I'm trying to show it at 45 so you guys can see. Again, butt goes back, closing my hip here. As I go to extend or open my hip, I jump, shrug, pull myself under, and then stand. Now again, when I receive this bell, I'm trying to have a smooth transition. I'm steady from the floor, fast at the hip, and then fast with my hand so that I'm able to get the bell underneath versus it having to flop over. So I'll try to demonstrate a bad one. You guys see how it kind of comes up, pauses for a slight second, and then flops over. We obviously don't want that. So it's a little bit faster rotation. It's gonna make a smooth transition for the bell to kind of come around the forearm. So now that we have the clean, right, just like a dumbbell, barbell clean, is that quarter extremity, hips, shoulders, elbow, hand, right? Obviously we're doing a snatch, which I talked about yesterday. You'll be going all the way overhead, which feel free to check out the previous video talking about the snatch or the kettlebell. Now as we go overhead, we have two options, push press, push jerk. Once I'm here, the push press, I'm gonna dip, knees will go bent, forward of the toes, butt goes straight down, back stays vertical. Then as I go to extend, I'm extending my hips violently, punching the kettlebell overhead, and I'm trying to get my thumb to face back. Think external rotation. So I'm gonna try to show this from the angle that you guys can see as well once I'm overhead here. So as I have the bell, again, just for clarification, I'm muscle cleaning most of these as I don't rebend the knees, right? That rebend of the knee is what calls it in terms of the catching in the power position. So from here, again, if I push press, dip, drive, notice how my thumb is trying to face back. I'm trying to keep the bell on the outside, and I'm trying to keep the bicep of my arm facing in versus having it rotate forward. So once you think external rotation, that's gonna be a stronger position for the shoulder. Then from here, I come back down to that catch position, kind of that nice little cradle here, and then I go back down to the floor. Now, if I'm gonna do a push jerk, it's gonna be a dip, drive, dip. So if I take out the load, and you guys are practicing by yourself, saving this for later, that dip, drive is the push press. The push jerk, dip, drive, dip. I'm getting underneath the load, so if the load's heavier, it will save my arms in terms of expending as much energy, but it will also allow you to last a little longer if you have high repetitions. So again, the push jerk, So I know I'm talking about the clean and jerk, right? So you're going into that jerk position, then you're standing, but if you feel more comfortable or strong enough to do the push press, that is also an option. So again, dip, drive, I drop underneath it, catching with my bent knees in that power position, then I stand, then I bring the bar, or excuse me, the dumbbell, kettlebell, excuse me, back to my form. Same thing on the opposite side. Now, if you don't have any kettlebells, then you could always substitute a dumbbell, clean and jerk, right? If you're learning this movement for the first time, highly recommend you checking out a dumbbell first versus a kettlebell. I find it to be a little bit easier because you don't have to worry about positioning of the bell over my hand. Again, if you're looking for a coach and you're looking for a program and for someone to take out the guesswork, I would recommend checking out my link below. That'll take you to my fitness app, and I coach you through every element. I have a full movement library as well as multiple different programs to help you get stronger and also help you lose fat. So let's go cover the dumbbell real quickly. Same setup position in terms of setting up the position. As I go to clean though, I'm gonna jump shrug, pull myself under like so, elbow in front, double my shoulder here, and then I stand. As I go to that push press, then push jerk, I dip, drive, dip, underneath. Entropy, come here. Entropy, my dog is running away. Now, if I go to that push press, it's a dip, drive. Then I come back to the shoulder, and then I come back to the floor. So again, if I go to that clean, notice that I'm not having to navigate around anything. That dumbbell is staying in my palm, jump, shrug, pull myself under. So, if you're looking to learn the clean and jerk with a dumbbell or a kettlebell, dumbbell will be a little bit easier. If all you have is a kettlebell, that's all right. Use this tutorial to help you get some understanding of positioning in space. I recommend starting super light with the bell so you can find the timing of the shrug and the punch under with the hand. I talked about the snatch yesterday in terms of punching up through the kettlebell to have a smooth transition. Same application here as you do that with the kettlebell in the clean and jerk. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to put them below. Feel free to share if you find this beneficial. And again, if you're looking for a coach and you're looking for someone to help guide you, to help you lose fat, get stronger, and remove the guesswork out of your program and actually have virtual coaching, please check out that link and I can help you along the way in your journey to fitness, whatever that may be. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thanks for listening to my scratchy voice from my allergies, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a fabulous Wednesday. Bye-bye.